Bienvenidos de nuevo. Hoy es el día que sabemos por fin si alguien ha atracado un banco conmigo o no.
Vamos a ver, tío, sé realista. ¿Quién va a estar tan loco como tú como para atracar un banco?
No sé, quizá alguien que...
¿Qué va, tío? Imposible. Ya no atracar bancos, sino conseguir a alguien que te tome en serio.
Bueno, es difícil, pero...
Con unos vídeos tan cutres, un plan descabellado, ausencia total de lógica, esta serie va a ser un fracaso. Asume.
Ya lo sé, pero hay una posibilidad entre un millón de que...
Que no, tío, que ni por esas. Los locos que hayan visto estos vídeos a estas alturas ya tienen que estar riéndose de ti.
Pero por un milagro...
Que te olvides, loco. Despídete de los 4 gatos que te están viendo y pídele al juego un poco de clemencia, porque...
Vale, hasta aquí Man vs System. Gracias por habernos seguido y buena suerte en el futuro. Dale.
¿Ves, tío? No pasa nada porque sea un fracaso, la intención es lo que cuenta.
Eso explícaselo al juez.
Claro. Pues bueno, yo me voy.
No, deja la cámara, No te preocupes, gracias. Gracias por la ayuda, Venga, hasta luego, gracias. Yo sabía que esto era imposible desde el principio. Esto no es más que un farol. Pero también sé que hay infinitos universos paralelos y que en uno de ellos Dios es justo. Mi serie es un éxito mundial y estas 100 personas que controlan el mundo están viendo estos vídeos, acojonados con lo que voy a decir. Así que, como despedida de la serie, les dejo con estos vídeos, con ese universo paralelo. Disfruten. Greetings, leaders of the New World Order. Now that I have your attention, let me dedicate this episode to speak directly to you. The shit gotta go, man. So please, sit back, relax, and welcome to Man vs. System.
Of course, civil disobedience.
Now is the time to open your eyes.
You guys are going down. First of all, the economy is a scam. You can't hide it any longer. You got us living under a mathematical impossibility. No matter what we do, you will still slowly get all our properties and lands. You are making us slaves through debt. The international treaties are an insult to any human right. The companies now have the right to do whatever they may please. You guys are tyrants. Then there is the global warming. The more you keep polluting, the more you invest in lawyers and lobbies to cover it up. If it were up to your lawyers, the leaded gas would keep making profit to a point that would make half the earth inhabitable for decades. That didn't happen because your lawyer lost and cost you a fortune. Don't bullshit us anymore. What you're doing is a crime against the most sacred thing in the universe. It's a crime against life itself. Then it's the world hunger, come on. This is just embarrassing. How can you look yourself in the mirror having half the money of the world, buying ridiculously expensive toys, and knowing there are thousands of children starving, without water, without basic medicine, without sanitation? There is not forgiving that. Sooner or later they will end up eating you. A hungry mob is an angry mob. Then is war. Profiting from war. That is the lowest a human being can be. That's rock bottom, man. You are just evil. You are criminals. If you put my hands on you... I'm sorry. I do apologize about that. I was uncalled for. Let me please start again. First of all, respect. I mean, it's not every day you address a world leader, and one doesn't become a world leader from the shades without a touch of genius. I must admit, what you have achieved is for stun and awe. The most impressive stuff is, by far, the economy. I know the story, but I can't quite comprehend how the Federal Reserve Treaty got passed on that obscure summer day in 1913. That was incredible. To convince your country to leave the treasure in the hands of you, private bankers, that was awesome. And the income tax created the very same year, illegal to this day, it's a master play. People think it's because, people are stupid and worry about all the stuff, but I know it takes a mastermind to put that off. After that, what you did about the second industrial revolution, where the efficiency of machines get to accomplish more with less, how in that critical period of humanity, witnessing the birth of technology as we know it, you managed to, instead of reducing the labor hours and production cost, manipulate the very social structure of the time and make unsatisfied customers through subliminal advertising. So you keep producing and selling more products than needed, and at the same way create a subconscious in the mind of the citizens to keep wanting more. That was brilliant. Then the planned obsolescence is just a cherry on the top of the cake. You almost drown under all that money. One of my favorite things is the education. It's not the obsolete education we have today, making the squareheads, force-feeding them fear, so when they grow up are too scared to break that imaginary chains you put on them. So they have to sell their souls to the original scam, the money, and obey whatever atrocity you may arrange. It's not that. It's that the people happily put their children through 20 years of education so they can be 40 years doing the same fucking thing. That's it, living their lives to serve you. You have made yourself an incredible army of zombified slaves. Not even Sauron could best your work. Then it's the food factor. I don't know who has the idea of adding chemicals to our food, but it was brilliant. The additives your products have are really subtle, but I can't get enough of them. I know they are bad, but that is bigger than me. I can't help it. Then it's the fact that I hear you are patenting sterilized seeds like intellectual property. That is hilarious. I can't see how people will allow you to do that, but I saw them allow you to do even more stupid things, so yeah, that way you will have control over anything that grows. Well done. And the water, don't forget about that. You better hurry and buy the few water reserves left, so you have them all. At this point, the world is yours. Control the water, control the food, control the education, the big pharmas creating customers based on each time more medicines, and a good excuse for drag up young troublemakers. Oh, I almost forgot the energy. Energy deserves a whole episode for itself, but there's no time. I just want to admire the way you have manipulated an entire nation to build the biggest war machine ever saw by human eyes, that will kick Nazis and Russians' war machines' asses any day of the week. You not only create that war machine, but fool the poor bastards to believe that their children were fighting and dying for freedom. It was the oil. All the time it was the oil. You are willing to false flag your own country so they support you from stealing oil for decades. Since the World War II, you have deployed how many military bases in the Middle East? You have almost won the war. Just a few decades more and all the oil in the world will be yours. Just make sure that not other alternative sources of energy are available. I always been fascinated by all that. I never quite understood the complexity of all that, but it was easy explanation. The media. You have bought 95% of the media. Almost everything watch or hear past your scrutiny. And that is the key. Now, controlling almost every TV channel, you have the control over all humanity. You are very close to that new world order you've been planning so long. But, my dear friends, I'm sorry to be the one that break it to you. You have made a critical mistake in your calculations, and it's going to ruin everything you struggled so long to achieve. The internet, my friend. You should did what China did, get control over it. I don't know what you were thinking, man, but leaving the internet free has created a new global conscience, and is capable to do anything now. It doesn't matter how much money you made from it. It was a big mistake, and now it's too late. Now people are already connected. There is a new way of thinking. Internet is democracy at its most pure status, and has spawned Anonymous, and they are going to kick your ass soon. Did you saw the guy in the Darth Vader mask? I don't know who he is, but it sounds like crazy, so I would be careful about the Operation 3 Strike he's talking about. Sounds very nasty, man, if it works. But more than Anonymous, you should worry about the true democracy, because that is going to take your power away. Again, it's too late to reverse it. True democracy is in its way. Like it or not, it's just natural evolution. But it wouldn't happen if you censor the internet at its first times. It was your fault. So there is not much time left for you there in the top. Should be worried. But if I were you, I would be troubled by something more important. History. How is history going to remember you? I mean, we don't know who you are today, but you can't hide from history. And my friends, all the horrible numbers of hunger, wars, misery, all the surveillance, the war machine, and the economic hitman, all the planet destruction and disregard of our life itself is going to make our children look nostalgic to the Hitler and Stalin era. History will remember you. I would be worried about that. And there is one last thing I would worry about. Do you believe in God? Do you believe in hell? Oh, sinner man, where you gonna run to? Sinner man, where you gonna run to? Where you gonna run to? All on that day. Will I run to the rock? Please hide me, I run to the rock. Please hide me, I run to the rock. Please hide me, rock, all on that day. But the rock cried out, I can't hide you, the rock cried out. I can't hide you, the rock cried out. I ain't gonna hide you, guy, all on that day. Hell, I said the rock, what's the matter with you, rock? Won't you see I need you, rock? Oh, Lord knows, all on that day. Well, I ran to the river, it was bleeding. I ran to the sea, it was bleeding. I ran to the sea, it was bleeding though, all on that day. Well, I ran to the river, it was boiling. I ran to the sea, it was boiling. I ran to the sea, it was boiling though, all on that day. So I ran to the Lord, please hide me, Lord. Don't you see me praying? Don't you see me down here praying? No, but the Lord says, go to the devil. Lord says, go to the devil. He says, go to the devil all on that day. So I ran to the devil, he was waiting. I ran to the devil, he was waiting. I ran to the devil, he was waiting though. All on that day I cried power, power the Lord. So I ran to the river, it was boiling. I ran to the sea, it was boiling. I ran to the sea, it was boiling though, all on that day. So I ran to the Lord, I said, hide me, please, hide me, please. So help me all on that day. He said, child, where were you when you ought to be praying? Oh, I said, Lord, 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 hear me praying. Oh, Lord, oh, Lord, hear me praying. Oh, Lord, oh, Lord, hear me praying. All on that day. Sinner man, you ought to been praying. You better be praying, sinner man. You ought to been praying. All on that day I cried power, power the Lord. So that's it. You should fear God. You should fear history. You should fear true democracy. And you definitely should fear Anonymous. But you shouldn't fear me. I'm here to help you. I care about you too. So, especially dedicated to you, peace and strength.
Cut the balls, we need to cut